Hi, this is Eric again. I'm going to do another little update on some of the work I did last night before I hit the sack on my Hermes build. I'm already changing up the design you can pull off the internet that's here. But let me show you some of the things I've done. So I've got the cutouts in, nice size to both of them. I've also drilled two strobe light holes on the top and then one on the bottom to kind of frame those, like I did with my USS Courling build. I'm going to put a little strobe here at the tip of both of the landing platforms. You can see I've put in the phaser mounts from BLAP models. I need to order a bunch more. I used up everything I had. Then I drilled photon torpedo tubes, and I'm going to cut some styrene tubing to finish those off. And on the top of the saucer, 6 more phaser emplacements from BLAP, 2 off the regular suggested mountings. If you look at the diagram here, they just kind of show them uniformly in the 3 places to the starboard port and in front of the BC decks. But I decided to put them off so that I could mount 2 off the back by the 2 hangar decks. This will give this vessel the ability to fire phasers aft. So that's a little change I'm making on it there. I'm still debating what to do with this fan area that's going to be painted a darker undercoat before I put the final top coat on, which will be the Japanese naval gray. But I'm playing around with ideas for maybe putting some strip styrene down this to give a little ledge to it. I'm just not entirely sure yet what I want to do with that. Got a lot of my parts cut over here, and I've got the 3 deflector dishes, even though the 2 smaller ones, according to the plans here, these are just long-range antenna. And on the side mounts for those at the back, I've drilled a little hole, not all the way through, but enough to just recess it a bit so I can cut out a piece of styrene tubing to be the strut for the antennae on both sides. And then the last thing is, as you see in the diagram there, the access hatch on the side, like you see on the motion picture version of the Enterprise. Doing that here too, and I've drilled 2 pilot strobe lights on either side of that, and I'm going to detail that out a little more. You can see that I've got it partially recessed rather than just flush with the edge, so that travel pods can back into it or dock with it without being at an angle, as in the angle of the side of the saucer there, which can throw off the alignment. And then I've drilled in my floodlight holes on the side where I'm going to mount some conic styrene tubing to produce the flood effects that I've done on a couple of my other Enterprise builds for my Excelsior and my Courling, because I just like that flood effect fanning out there onto the registration number. And I still need to do that here on the BC deck for this one, like I did for my other builds as well, so that you get a nice little fan effect down here onto the registry on the top of the saucer. So just some little updates that I'm doing there. I have to get to some things here. I'm going to cut out on the back side of the neck, like you see here. I've got to put in those vents, and then I've got to fill these 2 holes here on the underside, and then replicate them up here on the top for the other side for the cooling intercoolers for the warp drive. And that'll largely take care of this, other than obviously filling that in, was thinking about putting photon torpedoes on the neck like I had done with my USS Corling build, but decided against it and going with the torpedoes on the saucer, as that just seemed a little bit more in line with the plan itself. And though I am making some departures from this design plan, I don't want to go that far out with it, but I may do something here with the neck to beef it up somehow, to give it a little bit more to it than just the neck into the nacelle. So just a quick little update on how this build is going. I'm kind of stepping away from my NX build right now because I'm getting to a stage where I'm going to have to put together the warp drive pylons, and I'm just not looking forward to that not working out right. So I'm blowing it off and doing this quick little build instead. There you go. Thanks.